Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to be learning how to make a 720 degrees flay and bustier. So I actually made mine for a client, and as of the time my client came to get hers, it was too late for me to take the video of the finished look. So I decided to come up with this video here and show you guys what we are going to be learning today. If you found this video interesting, please do well to hit on the subscribe button, and please make sure you watch this video till the end. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and please do not forget to share. So guys, to begin with this, you'll be needing these materials here. But first of all, if you're new to my channel, please do well to hit on the subscribe button. Alright, and please hit on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So these are the materials I'm going to be making use of. The first thing I have here on my table is my crinoline. So this is crinoline here. If you're making this a 720 degrees flare, you will need at least 4 yards of crinoline. All right, and the next item I have on my table here is I have my head stay. So this is head stay here. This is head stay, and I also have my black lining. So I have 2 yards of head stay, and I also have 2 yards of my black lining. So I'll be using a lining for this as well, and I also have my Ankara fabric. Okay, so I have about 3 yards of Ankara fabric here. So I'm going to be making a 720 degrees flay and a bustier. So I'm making this for a client, and she requested that I made a 720 degrees flay with bustier. So I have gone ahead to fold my fabric here into 4. So first I went ahead to fold this into 2 here. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up again so that you guys can understand this clearly. So first thing I did was to fold it into 2 just like this, and I went ahead again to fold it again into 4. So this way you're going to be having this part here as the open part and this part as a folded area. So this folded area here is where I'm going to be taking all the measurement from. So before I go ahead to cut this out, let me first show you guys how you can calculate and have your 720 degrees flay, because this requires calculation. So you don't just go ahead and cut it anyhow. So I'm going to show you how you can calculate this and have a better result. So I have my paper here. I also have my pencil and my marker. So we are going to be making a 720 degrees flay. Let me use my marker because the pencil is not clear. So we are making a 720 degrees flay. So the how round waist measurement is 35, and because we are making a 720 degrees flare, you would divide your round waist by 8. All right, so whatever you have after dividing it by 8, go ahead and use it to cut out on your fabric. And remember, for a 720 degrees flare, you will be cutting out 2 pieces. I'm going to show you what I'm trying to say. So her round waist was 35, and 35 divided by 8 gave me 4 points, I think 5. So I'm going to also add half inch to it for stitching allowance, which made it 5 inches. So from this pointed area, I'm going to come down by 5 inches, and still leaving my tape on that area. I'll just continue marking 5 inches till it gets to the other point. So whatever you have after taking your measurement, go ahead and add half inch to it for the stitching allowance. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to now take the measurement of the full measurement of my flare. So I am making a bustier with a 720 degrees flare, and my client's shoulder to waist measurement was 16 inches. So I'm going to be taking away 16 inches, and the full length is about 24 inches. So I'll take away 16 inches just like this, and I'll just measure down to where I have about 24 inches. I think it's 9 inches. Okay, so from this point I'll come down by 9 inches here, and I'm going to mark 9 inches. So I'll continue marking 9 inches round. Now I was supposed to mark 9 inches, but I went ahead to also add half inch or about 1 inch for this for stitching allowance, like stitching allowance. All right, you are going to understand this better. So I'll continue marking it till you get to the other point, and after then I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. While I was cutting this, I made sure to leave about half inch at the top and the bottom. So I'm going to be cutting out two of these, and I'm also going to be cutting out two for the lining pieces. Okay, so when you cut out two just like this, you have a 720 degrees flare. So this right here is the Ankara fabric, and I have two. And for the lining as well, I also have two for each. Can you see? So this is 1 and 2 here, and I'm going to go ahead and open up the black lining here. I've gone ahead to iron my edge stay on it, as you can see. Now because I didn't have much edge stay to work with, that was why I didn't iron edge stay on the Ankara fabric. So if you have enough edge stay to work with, please do well to also iron it on your Ankara fabric, because it has a way of giving it more strength. Okay, so this is it here. I'm going to place everything to each, like right side facing each other, just like this, and I'm just going to cut open these areas here. Okay, once you're done with this, go ahead and open all the pieces just like this. You can already see the effect on this lining here. You can already see that this effect is coming out. So I'm also going to do same thing for this other side here. I will just go ahead and open up this part, and I'll repeat same thing for the Ankara fabric too. This Ankara fabric I'm working with is 100% cotton, and this was very hard for me to actually identify where the back and the front is. So you can see what I'm doing with my hands. I was just trying to check out where the back and front is. So I'm also going to do same thing for this other side. So I will advise you use at least your chalk to mark this out, so you don't make the same mistake. You can see me just, turning this around to see where the back and the front is for this particular Ankara fabric here. It was very difficult to work with because everything looks the same. So while I'm doing this, the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring out the other Ankara fabric and place them right side facing each other. So now that I've gotten the right side of this, I'm going to place them right sides facing each other and stitch it down that area. I'll also repeat same thing for the lining. So guys, I have stitched this down here, just this area here, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to open this up just like this, and I'm going to now bring my black lining and place it on it right side facing each other. Please, right side facing each other, just like this. So you're going to take it down to the end of your Ankara fabric. Okay, just make sure you try and arrange everything properly. Okay, so place them like this. The next thing I'm going to now do is to make sure that everything here is well placed, like everything is well aligned. So I think I'm going to be using this part here, so I'll place them like this, right sides facing each other. I hope you can see what I'm doing. And the next thing I'm going to bring is my crinoline. So once you place your black lining on your fabric, go ahead and use your crinoline. Now you can decide to use any color of lining, like any color of lining you want, but I'm just making use of black lining. That doesn't mean you also have to be using black lining. So whatever color you choose, just make sure it fits your Ankara fabric. So I've placed my crinoline on it. I also went ahead to use my hemming gum, and the next thing I'm going to do is to pin this down. Now this hemming gum here is optional, but I just love to do it because by the time I'm done stitching this and I go ahead to iron this round, like it's going to like stay firm. So I've gone ahead to iron this out, to stitch this around, sorry. Now when you are stitching your crinoline, you do not stretch it. Now this sharp area here, I also used my black lining to like cover it up so that when the person wears it, it's not going to like start choking all around. I just hope I'm using the right word so that you can understand. So this is it here. I'll close up this part here with ½ inch of stitching allowance. Please, when you are stitching your crinoline, do not stretch it. Do not stretch it. I'm also going to send a link here in on the comment section here for you guys to watch, that I actually made on how you can achieve something like this as well. I believe that will help too. So I'm going to iron this and I'll push in those ½ inch of stitching allowance this way towards the lining and the hemming gum, and I'm going to iron it just like this. I'll iron it round, and this is what I have, guys. This is what I had after I was done. Now this table is not even doing justice to this, like it's not standing very well. So you're going to see this very well when I put this on my mannequin. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to now bring my bustiers. Now I have cut out a bustier and I didn't film this because I have a lot of videos here on my channel on how you can actually cut out your bustier, but I feel like there was no need making that video. So if you don't know how to cut out a bustier, please check on the video I have on my channel. I have a lot of videos here on how you can cut out your tube bustier, like how you can draft it out. Okay, so I'm going to be using this wording. So if you've been watching my tutorials here on YouTube, you will know that this is wording and you will know these points. Okay, so I'm going to be using this wording to pad this up. Now if you know this as pad in your area, please go ahead and also get it, but I love calling this wording. So people call this padded. Yeah, I think it's padded, so you can also go and get padded for yourself. So I'm going to bring the center front of my bustier and I'm going to be placing it ½ inch below the waist, my under bust. Okay, ½ inch below the under bust. I'll place it like this, making sure that the part that is shining on the wording is facing the wrong side of my fabric. Now please also take note that I went ahead to iron my edge stay on the wrong side of my Ankara fabric. All right, so I'm just going ahead to trace this out, and I'm also going to repeat same thing for the side front. So if you have been watching my tutorials here on YouTube, you should actually know that this is what I love doing here on YouTube. Like, I don't know why I love doing like bustiers. I really love making this. So I have a lot of videos here that will guide you on what I am doing here, so please go check it out. And I'm also going to be linking the pattern drafting on how you can draft this in the comment section. So this is it here. Make sure that the side that is shining on your wording is facing the wrong side of your fabric. So I've gone ahead to fold this again into two, and I'm going to place the side front this way, making sure that it is ½ inch below my under bust, and I'm just going to go ahead and trace it out. After tracing out everything, I'm just going to go ahead and place this right side facing each other. So once you place this, just make sure you start pinning this from the under bust. Okay, make sure that everything here is correct, and I'm going to start pinning this. Okay, so I'll pin through to the under bust, pin it till it gets to the top, and I'll make sure that everything is well aligned. And after then, I'll take this over to my iron and to my sewing machine, and I'll stitch this down with half inch. So every other thing I did here, I'm also going to repeat same thing for the other side. After stitching this down, this is what I have, guys. You can already see the effect here on my table. You can see this cups area, see how everything is standing very well. So this is how it looks from the inside. This is what it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do is to start notching this. Like, I'm going to notch from the under bust. I will notch this up to this point. And while I'm doing this is because why I'm doing this is because I want it to like be very relaxed. So once you stitch this, just go ahead and notch it through to the under bust, so that by the time you go ahead to your iron and iron your seams opened, everything is going to be very relaxed. So I'll go ahead and iron my seams open just like this. Now everything I did for this Ankara fabric, I'm also going to repeat same thing for the black lining. So these are the two back pieces. I'm going to place them this way, right sides facing each other, and I'll go ahead and also stitch this down with 1 inch, with half inch, sorry. So guys, I have gone ahead to stitch this down, and this is what it looks like. This is how everything came out. You can already see the bustier area. You can see how it's coping, right? So this is how mine looks. And now the next thing I'm going to do now is I'll just bring this together and then cut away the excess fabric we have at the top area. I'll just go ahead and trim off everything so that everything is looking very straight. All right, so by the time you are done making this, you actually notice that there are some parts that are longer than the other side. Just go ahead and then trim it off. So I'm going to do this now. Everything you did for your Ankara fabric, make sure you do same thing for the lining pieces. All right, so this is what I'm doing here. I'll go ahead and then cut out everything, and once I'm through, I'm going to go ahead and bring my lining and place them right side facing each other. Okay, so I'm still going to cut away this part here. I'll just cut out so that everything will be very straight. All right, so after cutting this, you can see our bustier. Now I'm going to bring my lining pieces and I'll place it right side facing each other. I'll place this right sides facing each other just like this, and then I'll go ahead and bring these little straps here that I cut out. I cut out this with 2 inches each, and then the length for this is 12 inches. I went ahead to fold it in half inch and iron it out so that I can use this as a strap. So I'll place it where I have this joining between my center, front and the sides. I'll place them this way and then cover this up with my lining pieces. I'll just cover it up just like this, and I'll use my pins to pin this down. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So cover it up this way, use your pin to pin it down, and I'll do same thing for the other side. Now once I'm done, I'm also going to like pass those straps back to the back pieces where I joined my back pieces. I will pass it to that point and then take it over to my sewing machine. I don't know why I'm calling that iron. I'll take it back to my sewing machine and stitch everything down with half inch. Now I'm going to stitch from the top. I'll also stitch the down part. I'll close up the side. Now when I'm closing up the side, I'm going to make sure I leave about half inch so that I can be able to turn this over to the right side. So these are the areas I'm going to stitch. Where you see my fingers, these are the areas I'm going to stitch. I'll stitch through to this point. When I reach this point here, I'm also going to make sure I aligned everything and close up the down part. So this is what I was trying to say. I have stitched down everything here, so this is it here. I also stitched down the down part. Now once you are done, you actually have some excess at the top. Go ahead and trim it off. So you're going to trim it off and you're going to notch the up area, especially this your bustier. You're going to notch where you have this pointed area here, notch everything, and then go ahead and turn everything to the right side and iron it out. So I made sure that I stitched the upper part, stitched the down. So I'm going to cut away this excess here. If you have something like that, don't panic, just go ahead and cut them out, just like what I'm doing here. I'll cut away this excess as well and removed all these things here because it's no longer needed. So I'll trim off everything, trim off till I also trim the down part. That is what I'm doing here. Thank God I was able to video this part for you guys. Please make sure you trim this off so that when you iron it is going to relax, it's going to stay perfectly. Okay, so I'm also going to notch this area. These are the areas I want you to notch so that by the time you turn this over, everything will stay very perfect and nice. So go ahead and notch it. Once you're through, you're now going to go ahead and turn it over to the right side. So I'm going to show you the part you need to turn over to your right, to the right side actually. So this is the part here. I left about 2 inch on this part, and then I'm going to now bring everything out. I'll go ahead and iron it out. So guys, I'm done ironing this, and this is how beautiful it looks. So when I turn it over to the wrong side, this is how it looks, very neat. Remember these areas here that we turned everything out? I'm going to fold it in like this, fold it in this way, and close up this area here. So now we are done with this. The next thing now is for me to now bring a 720 degrees flay and then join them together. So I'm going to now place them right side facing each other, just like this. Can you see? After closing that part, don't forget to close that part. I'm going to now bring it and then pin it down. Okay, so these are the areas I have to stitch down so that everything becomes one. So I'm going to stitch through to this point where you see me holding each of them like this, stitch until it gets to the other point. Now if you have any excess while you are on your 720 degrees flare, you just need to make some pleats on the front areas. Okay, make some pleats at the front and also make some pleats at the back. That is if you have any excess on your 720 degrees flare, like the flare. I hope you understand. So I'll stitch down these areas here, and this is what you will have by the time you are done with this. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think about this in the comment section, and please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and please don't forget to subscribe.